Guys, it's Spurs 21 here, back with another video for you, and today I'm going to be talking about a subject that could maybe cause me some backlash, but I think it needs mentioning. Mauricio Pochettino, specifically his success, in inverted commas. A lot of our fans are still feeling very sad, obviously, that he departed midway through the season and that he was not backed by Daniel Levy. That look at all he did for the club, and whilst everybody should be very thankful to Mauricio, because he did do a lot of improvements, in the 5 years that he was here, that should not be taken away from him. It also shouldn't, people shouldn't just blindly assume that it was all good. And that's kind of, this is not me trying to disparage, Poch in any way, but this is, I suppose, just pinpointing certain things that happened during his time that you could definitely put against him, in terms of should he have actually done more. In his first season at the club, it was a lot of, players in, players out. It was, trying to figure out who is willing to work under me, who isn't. Made it to the League Cup final in our first year. But again, the first season at the club, he was given, a lot of leeway by our fans. It was like, okay, let's just see how this plays out, And due to the incredible rises of like Harry Kane, of Eric Dyer, of so many of the young English academy lads, Ryan Mason as well, and there was a lot of feeling of hope towards, his second season. The second season at the club, we were on a 14-game unbeaten run at the start of the season. We were playing very well, scoring well, defending well. We looked fantastic. We were pushing near the top of the league. And then we go away and win at Manchester City on Valentine's Day 2016. And that day we're 2 points off the top in second. And despite that, you look after that, losing away at West Ham, dropping 2 points at home against Arsenal, who had 10 men. The draw obviously against West Brom at home, when we should have comfortably won. And then, of course, the infamous Battle of the Bridge against Chelsea. And then, of course, the disaster on the final day away at Newcastle. That team should have won their league that season. They had every opportunity to do it. They should have done it. But for whatever, they couldn't get it over the line. Then the following season, it was arguably probably the best season I've ever experienced as a Spurs fan in terms of league form. The team was unplayable at White Hart Lane. 17 wins out of 19 at home. We won by, I think, 4-0 or by 4 goals, I think 9 times that season. It was incredible how well the team played. And, at bar Chelsea's incredible 13 consecutive wins that year under Conte, which had given them such a head start, the early part of the season. Again, that team arguably could have won the league that year. But the real red flag of that season for me was against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final. We're playing well, we're struggled a bit early on, went 1-0 down, levelled it at 1-1. Then, a dubious penalty gets us 2-1 down. Then Eriksen delivers a pinch across to Dele Alli for 2-2. We're in the ascendancy. And then he brings on Heung-min Son at left wing back. To this day, that is the most confusing substitution I've ever seen in my life. Ever. If you've seen it more confusing, let me know, guys. But quite honestly, I can't. Nothing's coming to mind, and I think that really took the sting out of that game for us, and I think it really, really took all the momentum that we had and stuffed it out. So we end that season despite that, we end the season on a brilliant high, or record most number of points, most number of wins, most number of goals. You know, had a bit of a slow start to the following season with the transition from White Hart Lane, as we were building the new stadium, to Wembley. But eventually, we got better and better as the season went on. We then get to the FA Cup semi-final again, this time against Man United. This time we start out brilliantly. Dele Alli puts us 1-0 in front. And then yet again, for some reason, United get an equalise, and then there just seems to be no reaction. And I don't know what it used to be, because in these sort of knockout situations, I don't know whether it's loyalty or stubbornness or blind faith, or whether it's a combination of all of those, but Poch just never seemed to be able to fix the momentum of a game. Like, if it's going wrong, it just never didn't seem to have a way of changing the course of a match. So that was a huge disappointment. And not to mention the Champions League that season. The group stage went phenomenally well, beating Real Madrid at Wembley, which is still one of the best nights I've ever had as a Spurs fan. We then go to the second leg against Juventus. 1-0 up. Absolutely, the place is rocking. Juventus make a tactical switch. And then yet again, it doesn't have a... Again, I don't want this to come across as me just, slating Poch on this video. I don't, because that's not what I'm trying to project. I'm only stating what happened, because, again, the substitution, the game flipped, and Juventus scored 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then, boom, that's it, we're out. It just happens too many times. And then it's no secret that last season, 2018-19, we did struggle for league form, and especially away from home as well. For the second half of the season, we just couldn't seem to buy a win in the Premier League. But then our incredible Champions League run, getting us to the final, where ultimately I think maybe we didn't know it, but the decision to... I know there's been a lot of back and forth about whether he should have started Harry Kane over Lucas Moura. Was he pressured into doing it, or did he start Kane out of loyalty to him? Ultimately, if he did, it was very weak-minded, because he should have gone, with the player on form, and the man who scored a hat-trick in half an hour to get us in to win that semi-final and get us to that point. From a player who'd had 2 months on the sidelines with an injury, who I just wish that would have gone differently. And you could see from the start of this season that, something wasn't right. The sort of lack of enthusiasm from the players, all the rumours of unrest in the dressing room, and also his personal lack of, often at games, his early years, he would be on the touchline bellowing instructions, getting it out, lads, to go on. And then throughout the start of this season, he was just slumped in, the manager's chair like that. Just, like, even when we scored him, he wouldn't give a reaction. It was so weird. I think it just had all mentally got to him too much. And I do find it a shame the way that it ended. But at the same time, I feel it had to at that point, because there just seemed to be no recovery from it. But as I said, I don't want this to be an attack on him, because it's not. Pochettino's Spurs have given us, a lot of fun memories, and as I said, maybe the best home season maybe in our history, or certainly one of the best. that last season at White Hart Lane. But, ultimately, in the high leverage moments, it just never quite worked. And, whether you like him or not, Jose Mourinho was brought in because he always delivers in those moments. And all you can hope is we ever get that chance again. You can bet that Mourinho will always find a way, because it's what he does. So, anyway, that's my view on it, guys. Do you agree or disagree, or what other feelings have you got on it all? Leave all of your thoughts as ever in the comments below. As ever, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for your incredible support as ever, guys. I've been Ben Spurs 21. I'll see you soon, and as always, come on, you Spurs.